What's going on, guys? It's Kyle. Welcome to the Stock Goat YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be covering the SoFi stock. And today was a crazy day inside of the market. The SoFi stock had insane volatility once again. Pre-market, a rally, then a nasty sell-off, then followed by an uptrend. Insane volatility, and I honestly love it. Guys, I'm invested in the SoFi stock because I believe the digital shift to online banking is going to continue to move faster and faster. And what is crazy about SoFi right now is there is so much hype behind this stock. There is so much noise, bears versus bulls, and there's a lot of analysts covering this stock. I mean, we're talking over 15 analysts, and this is a SPAC stock. So this stock has built up an insane amount of headlines, and I love it. And guys, you need to be understanding that SoFi right now has all these analysts no chance of profitability by Q4. If you look at these estimates, I mean, they think the management team on SoFi is, delusional. And if you think, the SoFi management team is, trustworthy, you should be buying all the SoFi shares you can right now because there is such a far disconnect from the SoFi stock and the SoFi analysts right now, and I'm loving it. I'm truly loving it. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to smash the like button. Don't forget to drop a comment. I'm going to be commenting back to as many people as I can. Did you buy the SoFi stock today? And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Let's try and get the channel to 15,000 subscribers. All right, guys, you can see a weird day in the stock market today. S&P 500 red, Dow red, NASDAQ red, Russell red, oil red, and SoFi 0.12% in the red. A little bit down in the after hours, but what was crazy is we were down 4% pre-market and almost 5% in the middle of the day, and that 5% of losses just evaporated. I'll show you what the stock looked like. So as you can see here, the SoFi stock was down 4% pre-market, rallied up 4.4%, sold off 5%, and then rallied back 4.8% and almost finished green. Insane volatility, guys. And if we were investing in SoFi and following it a couple of months ago, 6 months ago, I mean, you wouldn't have this type of move. This stock is just acting a totally different than the way it acted 6 months ago, 12 months ago. I mean, there was no support after these types of run-ups. So this is a pretty nice bounce. I haven't seen this in a very long time. So remember, part of our sell-off when we hit that 10, 20, 52-week high was part of multiple analysts coming out slowing this stock down. We got the Bank of America downgrade SoFi Technologies, says its recent rally has run its course. This is the analyst right here for Bank of America, and you can see he's a pretty good analyst, top 2,000 almost out of 8,400. He has a good success rating, a decent return, in this, market we've been in the past 2 years. But he still has a $10 price target, which is not bad. That's 16% upside. But what I'm keep talking about is, the SoFi stock has a lot of analysts, going on TV. You usually don't see that. You usually just see them put out price target downgrades and upgrades. A lot of these analysts are, making it to, mainstream media. SoFi just has so much hype around it. The SoFi stock, to me, just feels like it's going to absolutely explode one day, especially if they start knocking out profitable quarters. But I just want you guys, am I delusional? Is there a lot of hype behind the stock, not just with retail investors, but with CNBC, Jim Cramer, these analysts? I mean, I freaking heard SoFi on TV 30 times in the past a year, 18 months, and the stock's pretty much done nothing besides the past month. I feel like this stock is just being contained, for this long period of time, and I think we are on the verge of something special. All right, guys, here it is. The Bank of America analyst coming out live on Bloomberg to cover a unprofitable SPAC stock, just a no-name company. Why are these guys covering this thing so damn hard is what I'm trying to, convince you in this video. I mean, this is, Bank of America's top analyst, and this guy's got to talk about SoFi live on TV after every upgrade, downgrade, neutral. It's just, I'm starting to feel it even more. I've been feeling it the past year and a half. I'm starting to feel it's starting to happen. You know what I'm talking about if you're bullish on this stock. I just feel like it's not going to be stopped much sooner, than later.
All right, let's talk a little bit here about what happened over the last few weeks here. The run-up in the stock price, that led you to say what?
Sure, yes. Firstly, thanks for having me on here. So the stock ran up a fair amount on the back of the debt deal that was agreed to by the Congress and the President. On that, included in the debt deal was was the confirmation that the student loan moratorium would expire. When that happened, that's a positive for SoFi. So that improved the fundamentals because a large part of their business is student loan refi. So the stock ran up. It was up 100% in the past month. It approached our price target, and we thought it was approaching the fair value, and the risk reward was a little bit more neutral at that level, and hence we downgraded to neutral.
So let's talk about the longer term prospects here, because even prior to this whole student loan business, the moratorium and whether it would be lifted or not, there were some concerns here about the company's business and whether it was going to be sustainable for the longer term here. When you look at sort of the balance and what they have on their books, what they're extending, and the current interest environment that we're in, what's the balance?
Sure. So, when you look at their books, what they've done a really good job over the last few years is diversifying their business away from student loans. So they started off as a student loan lender for the first, almost 8-9 years of their existence, and then they diversified away. They added personal loans, they added checking accounts, they got a bank license, added checking accounts, added savings accounts. They've really driven a lot of innovation on their platform and through their business, and as a result, they've managed to grow the company. And the company was earning is on track to be profitable by the fourth quarter of this year, which is kudos to them. That's faster than most people expected. So management team has been executing very well there.
With regards to economic conditions and the expectation amongst a lot of folks, at least economists, who think we're headed for a recession or economic downturn, how does that affect the books like for a company like SoFi?
Sure. So SoFi is at its core a consumer lender and a bank. If we were to go to a recession, we would expect delinquencies, etc., to increase. The credit conditions would get a little bit weaker, the credit metrics. What is important, I think, to keep in mind, though, is SoFi really lends to the high-income consumer. The consumer, typical student loan is, over $70,000. It's people who have graduate degrees, who are typically, you tend to see employment metrics a little bit better in that category. That category also tends to have a little bit better credit performance just from income. They built up a bigger cushion on their savings accounts. So I would expect them to be a little less impacted than the typical consumer lender, which is maybe a little bit more subprime or prime focus.
Given the broadening out of this business, the diversification, if you will, who is their primary competitor now?
So you have to go business by business. So when you think about their student loan business, it's going to be the other private student loan companies, issuers and refi. When you go on the personal loan side, it'll again be more of the personal loan companies. And then on the checking accounts and the bank side, they're really getting a lot of bank account. They're getting from the what they've said is from the larger banks.
Well, one reason why I asked that is there's been a lot of speculation, as I'm sure you know, about whether this would continue to be a standalone company, whether someone else, I should say, would be interested in actually buying it. Is that just just random speculation?
Yeah, I think at this time, that would be speculation. I mean, they certainly have built a very interesting collection of assets. Everything we've seen, they're continuing to focus on growing. I think it would be a little bit speculative to speculate on M&A at this time. At the end of the day, it's a bank. I think if there's someone interested, it is interesting because it's an online bank. It's not like they have branches and it's a natural fit for geography.
It's a fintech. Come on, you have to get fair enough. All right, Mahir, great to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, guys, in my personal opinion, that was a pretty good, interview about his neutral downgrade for $10 on the SoFi stock. He pretty much covered that the moratorium is ending. With the debt ceiling bill, student loans are coming back. That was bullish. They've got away from student loans into personal loans, so diversifying the business. And basically, he's just saying, SoFi still has a lot to prove, but, right now this is where they're valuing the stock at, about $10, by the end of the year. But of course, if we do get that, profitable quarter, he's most likely going to, adjust his price target drastically, because he said what I told you in the beginning of the video, that, many people aren't seeing that. Basically, no analysts have the same type of theory for that, Q4 profitability. And that's where I think we have our buying opportunity right now, because if we hit that profitable quarter, all these analysts are going to be extremely shook. So once again, smash the like button. Don't forget to drop a comment. I'll be commenting back to as many people as I can. We're going to be keeping you updated on all the SoFi breaking news as soon as it drops. Once again, I believe this stock has a lot of hype around it. It's been building up. I've been seeing this stock on CNBC, live analysts on television at least 30 to 50 times in the past year. It's absolutely insane how much talk is about a SPAC stock right now. A SPAC stock and we haven't had any, price movement besides this past, 2 months or so. I think this thing is ready for takeoff, and we're going to see big things happen with the next couple of earnings. Once again, my name is Kyle. Hope you have a great day.